It's Wednesday, July 8th. Welcome aboard to this edition of Barnstable Today. I'm Kevin Farrell.
And I'm Andrew Goviel. Thank you very much for joining us.
We'd like to remind you that the meetings we cover are available on demand at the town's website. Check them out at www.town.barnstable.ma.us.
Now, we are here once again at the Farmers Market in the east end of Main Street in Hyannis. It's a wonderful opportunity for you to head on down here once a week to sample some of the wares, get some of the fresh produce. There's fresh seafood down here, also some fresh baked goods as well. It's a great opportunity. Now, you've seen farmers markets like this perhaps where you're from, or obviously here in the town of Barnstable. A great deal goes into actually preparing all of the food that goes on here and also making sure it's both safe for your consumption and to make sure, of course, that you are getting a great deal when you purchase some of these things. We'll talk with a vendor here. We'll talk with the head of the health department to talk about how safe everything is. But first, Kevin had an opportunity to talk with someone with the weights and measures department to make sure everything is on the up and up.
We're with Alex Smith from the town's Weights and Measures Department. Alex, we're at the Farmers Market here in downtown Hyannis. You're here checking up on the scales that people have to sell products. Could you tell us what you're looking for today?
Just basically down to check the scales to make sure that they're A, within the inspected year, and B, that they're within tolerance, so that people and the merchants are getting their money's worth, so to speak.
When you say within tolerance, what does that mean?
Scales, well, any measuring device has a tolerance, plus or minus either way. So scales, other gas meters and oil truck meters and things of that nature always aren't going to be at zero, so everything's allowed to be a little bit over, a little bit under, and it has to fall in that area in order to qualify and pass.
Typically, at a farmer's market, what are the products that people are buying off the scale?
Just produce, as far as I know. I've seen a couple of the people down the other end there, and they're selling lettuce, asparagus, and then there's one gentleman who's actually selling lobsters.
Do they have a digital scale, or is it one of those weighing devices?
All the scales that are at the farmers market today are digital. We don't see too many of the hanging scales anymore.
And you've come down to the farmers market today. This is its second week. Will you be back again? How does that work?
We might be back again maybe later this month, early next month, just to see if anybody's come in that does need their scale inspected and checked out, just so that we can make sure that everybody's on the same page.
Okay, so typically if their scale is out of line, say it's way over or way under, what are the ramifications of that?
Well, they wouldn't be able to use the scale. They have to call in a service company and they have to have the scale fixed. And after that gets taken care of, we just have to come out and make sure that whatever the scale company did is within passing.
Great. Thank you very much, Alex.
Thank you.
As promised, we're here with Tom McKean, who is the head of the health department for the town of Barnstable. Tom, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Now, we've got the outdoor farmers market. Everything is great. Everybody's having a wonderful time. Hopefully the weather will hold off. What are your responsibilities here when we've got this outdoor venue like this?
We just want to make sure all foods are covered properly, are labeled properly, kept at proper temperatures, and are handled properly before they're sold. And so we want to focus in on hand washing, food temperatures, less than 41 degrees if it's to be kept cold.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that you find kind of interesting, and you go to these events, throughout New England in the summertime or wherever else, and you don't realize that, there's going to be such strict control by local municipalities to make sure that everybody is safe. So I would imagine that the quieter, the less presence you have here, the better off everything is, because nobody really is getting sick and everything's okay.
Well, we hope that everybody will be okay. And one thing about fruits and vegetables, raw fruits and vegetables can be sold without a permit on the side of the road. But when you expand to other foods like fish, breads, meats, and other things that we see here, lobsters, shellfish, there's a lot to look for and a lot of standards that they have to follow to ensure safety of the public.
Now, as you mentioned, some of the standards that they have to follow, of course, are temperatures, food handling procedures, talking about making sure their hands are clean and hands are washed. Now, do we have hand wash stations at all of these different?
Yeah, we have them strategically located near any open food areas. There's 4 of them here, and they're located every other food station.
Sure. And then now, what else is, you had said also 42 degrees was the maximum temperature for
41.
41, okay. And so, I mean, how do we do that? They all have to have a thermometer inside each of the coolers or the refrigerators that keep everything?
Right. They have coolers and filled with ice packs, and they keep a thermometer in there. The farmers market is only open in the mornings, on Wednesday mornings, from 8 o'clock till noontime. So they have to make sure they have sufficient number of ice packs to make sure the temperature stays less than 41.
Very good.
We are in downtown Hyannis at the weekly farmers market that takes place on Wednesdays from 8 to noon. We're with Chelsea Vivian from the Nantucket Wild Gourmet. Chelsea, could you tell us a little bit about the farmers market and your role here?
Well, the farmers market starts fresh and early in the morning at 8, so you know that the farmers are all up at about 4 o'clock in the morning, and they are hitting their fields and they are pulling everything into here. Right now I'm working with Nantucket Wild Gourmet, so we do wild, sustainable smoked fish. Everything is coming, well, half the things are coming from Alaska, so we have salmon and sable. Locally we have bluefish and haddock. We use a very traditional Irish method, so it's unmechanized, no preservatives, pesticide-free wood, kosher sea salt. Then we make fabulous pâtés and dips from our fish, and veggie dips for the non-fishy folk, traditional Irish brown bread, and we have a true Irishman in-house, so we have a real waving the smoke in front of the line-caught fish kind of a gentleman, and some nice croquetini flatbread, so you can have a beach picnic after you're done with the farmers market.
We just
On a day like this,
we just interviewed someone from the town's health department, and you will find that they are quite strict in their regulations that they enforce on all the markets and all the tents here that are set up. Could you tell us a little bit about your experience with the town's health department?
Really just the first day they were very tough on me. I had just dropped a thermometer into one of my cases and it hadn't gotten down to temp, and they were ready to shut me down, and luckily they put their thermometers in and everything was safe and sound, and they verified that I'm ServSafe certified, so that way I've gone through appropriate sanitation education, food service education, and I would have to say you see a certain look on everybody's face when you see them coming in, is that, oh no, they're coming to check us out.
You do, one of the things that you do provide here is some samples for people to taste, because some of your delicacies here are a little bit non-traditional, let's say, that someone might not come upon in your local grocery store.
Hard to sell if they don't try it.
Right.
So.
And so some of them look a little bit different, so it's part of how your sale works, of giving people samples. So Tom McKeon from the town's health department speaking with Andy about the importance of making sure people are taking the necessary precautions to make sure people are not getting sick from some mishap or
That's right, and Chelsea, the vendor that we spoke with earlier, said that the town of Barnstable's health department is the most strict and the most stringent that they have to deal with, and she's not at all upset by that. She wants to make sure, as mentioned, that everything is fantastic. Let's take a look right now and check out our meeting schedule for this evening.
On the meeting schedule this week, Wednesday, July 8th features the Zoning Board of Appeals hearing at 7 o'clock in the Town Hall hearing room.
The Old Kings Highway Historic Committee is going to meet at 7 o'clock in the West Barnstable Community Building on Route 149.
On Thursday, July 9th, Formal Site Plan Review has a meeting at 9 o'clock in the Town Hall hearing room.
And the Cable Advisory Committee is going to meet at 4 o'clock in the Selectmen's Conference Room.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Kevin Friel.
And I'm Andrew Gobiel. Have a great night.